A Russian missile strike on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's home city of Krivvy Rih has killed at least 18 people. Officials report 9 children are among the dead and at least 50 people have been injured. Russia's defense ministry claims it was targeting a military gathering, but Ukrainian authorities say the ballistic missile hit a residential area. Zelenskyy says the attack shows Russia has no interest in ending the war. For more on this, let's cross to DW's Nimisha Jaiswal in Kyiv. Nimisha, what more can you tell us about these strikes?
Well, Michael, this was a ballistic missile strike, like you mentioned, an Iskander ballistic missile on Krivvy Rih, and 18 people have been killed, amongst them 9 children, according to local authorities, but over 60 people have also been injured. And since then, another strike has also happened on Krivvy Rih, claiming one more life. So quite an evening there, but also Russian authorities, the claims of Russian authorities saying that they were targeting Western instructors and Ukrainian military generals has been categorically denied by the Ukrainian general staff. And Zelenskyy spoke not just about this strike in Krivvy Rih as an example of Putin and Moscow's unwillingness to come to a peace, but also about a drone strike in Kharkiv that has also claimed 5 lives, as well as an FPV or first-person view strike on energy facility in Kherson, which is once again seen as a violation of the energy infrastructure peace deal, which never really seems to have materialized. Moscow also making claims this morning about a Ukrainian strike on a Russian facility. So clearly no ceasefire of any sorts in place right now.
Nimisha, Trump and his officials are increasingly suggesting they're losing patience with Russian tactics. How is that making people feel about a peace deal there in Ukraine?
Well, Michael, over here in Ukraine, there's of course a trust deficit when it comes to Putin's words, as pointed out by Zelenskyy in his nightly address. And also pretty much every day, this is what he's appealing to Western backers, that Putin cannot be trusted. But there is also a trust deficit when it comes to the US. So because these criticisms of Moscow have been made before, this is not the first time, but there's nowhere close to the amount of pressure that Zelenskyy and Ukraine faced that we've seen on Moscow so far. And this, of course, comes at a time when aerial strikes on both sides seem to be at an all-time high. Also amongst rumors or reports of Russia preparing for a large-scale spring offensive across the Eastern Front, the largest recruitment in Russia in over a decade. So clearly not exactly seen as a time of peace coming up anytime soon. And just to give you an example, here in Kyiv earlier this week, we had 3 days without air raid alerts. And this should have brought relief, but honestly, it just brings more suspicion, because it's usually the calm before the storm. And once air raids went off again over yesterday and day before, it was almost a return to the eerie normalcy that Ukrainians have had to get used to, and they don't expect to escape it anytime soon.
That's DW correspondent Nimisha Jaiswal in Kyiv. Many thanks.